There he is. I can't hear you yet. Are you there? There you go.
Right,
I can hear you. Yep, I got
Dude,
you.
good shit, man. What's going on, brother?
Nice to see you, Cody.
Dude, nice to see you, man. It's awesome to be talking to you, dude.
Man, this is an exciting day. I know, obviously, for you. I mean, to be able to finally let the cat out of the bag that you are Suspect208's new frontman. I mean, dude, a guy from Cincinnati, Ohio, now fronting this band. You got to tell us a little bit about your background here in Cincinnati. I mean, were you in some local bands that some people might know about?
So basically, like when I had started, I guess doing music, it was kind of like when I was getting out of high school. I had played around with some guys that I jammed with a lot, and I did like solo acoustic music and stuff. So when I first started, really kind of at least like getting on the scene a little bit, I was just playing a bunch of local bars, doing like acoustic songs, and starting to write some music and stuff. But I realized like at the local bars and stuff, or at least like a lot of the local venues, I would do like a lot of cover songs, and I didn't really have a huge opportunity to push like my original music that much. So I'd say about like 3 years ago, I started a band called Blueprint here in Cincinnati, and it's been freaking awesome because like with the guys I've been jamming with in Blueprint, we just started. I mean, we'd done some opening shows at Bogart's. We'd played Madison Live, and started just expanding outside of just the acoustic stuff, and it gave me like this huge energy as like a frontman to be more energetic and plug everything in. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot more exciting with the full band experience. You know what I mean?
So how old are you, Cody? I'm curious.
Yeah, I just turned 26, dude.
Okay, I was wondering because I know that they were looking for a younger person to front the band. That was one of the requirements. And speaking of doing cover songs, I believe that a cover song, a Led Zeppelin cover song, was something you were supposed to send in as an audition piece, right?
Yeah.
What was the song?
I came across like their Instagram post because actually before I had seen that they were auditioning for a new singer, I've been following these guys for a few months, and I'd already heard "Long Awaited" and their other single, and I thought it was freaking awesome, and that's why I was just curious to see what these guys did. So when I saw that they were auditioning, I saw that they wanted somebody to send in an audition for doing Black Dog, man, and I have to give huge props to them on that because vocally, Black Dog is not an easy song to sing, dude. Like, it's really not. So instead of like what I thought everybody would try to do when it comes to auditions of trying to like sound like Robert Plant, which you're never going to do, I just tried to sing it in the regular style that I do with like how I'd done with Blueprint and just, kind of make it my own. So sent the audition into these guys, kind of just thinking it's a shot in the dark, thinking, I was like, maybe they see it. If they don't see it, at least I tried kind of thing. And just when I sent the audition in, it kind of started taking off from there. And the band reached out to me through their Instagram. And then London, he reached out to me on his personal Instagram. And that's when he was like, dude, we saw your audition, man. Like, it's freaking awesome, man. He was like, and he just started sending me some new songs and seeing if I kind of liked the style that they did. And it just started taking off from there instantly. And it was freaking weird, dude. Like, I was expecting them to at least see it, but I wasn't expecting them to actually, show a lot of interest in it. And that was just completely surreal, man. Like,
it's
cool. Weird.
So have you been doing a lot of virtual stuff with them, or did you actually go out to Los Angeles? Is that where they're hanging out? And you did some stuff out there. Okay.
So like the week before, after I sent the audition in, they saw the video. And I ended up FaceTiming London and a couple of the guys, our guitarist Nico, just to get like a face-to-face meeting with them and started talking. And they're just like the coolest kids in the world. And we clicked instantly. And it came up to the conversation of we were sending stuff back and forth as far as song ideas and vocal ideas. And I think it was London or Nico. They were like, dude, we got to get together and jam sometime. And I kind of just pulled the trigger on it and kind of was spontaneous. I said, well, if you guys want to jam, dude, I'll fly out Monday, man. And so this was Friday when we were FaceTiming. And I just literally I literally booked my flight for Monday. And I flew out to LA last week and got together with them. And it just took off like an avalanche from there, dude. Like, it was weird because when we met, it was just, we instantly clicked. We all got along really well. And it was evident that not just for me as a vocalist and as a singer, but the whole band and all these guys as individuals, man. I mean, the work ethic is there and the drive is there. And it's like, there's this hunger for we want our music to get out there, and we want people to know our names, and we want to show that, you know, we're not just going completely commercial, and we're not doing the pop alternative stuff, and which is really popular right now. And I'm not downing it. I mean, I do like that music a lot, but I think what we have is a little more raw based rock and roll sound. And not me specifically, but at least these kids, you know, they're younger than I am, man. And it just goes to show that, like, what we want to try to do is kind of balance out the demographic from the older cats who really like the old rock and roll, and trying to turn younger kids on to you know, just what I personally think is just really solid raw rock and roll music, man. I mean,
well, I got to say, like you, I was following the band since Suspect208 was first announced. It piqued my interest. You know, obviously hearing that, you know, you got London Hudson, the son of Slash, in the band. You got Robert Trujillo's son, Tye, in the band. And then, of course, originally it was Noah Weiland, Scott Weiland's son, 20-year-old son. And as you were saying, you know, the band obviously, it sounds like it's got an incredible work ethic. And unfortunately, you know, they released a statement that said, you know, Noah Weiland, you know, he was having some personal issues, and, you know, basically wasn't going to work out. So I was bummed when I first heard that, but then they, you know, they weren't wasting any time. They immediately said, we're going to look for a new front man. And so I've been following it ever since. Little did I know they were going to announce somebody from right here in Cincinnati, man. It's just, I'm so excited for you, Cody. This is just so rad,
it's crazy,
dude.
because it's like, I don't know. I think since we started getting a little more active on the Instagram page, we were kind of playing the mysterious role a little bit of not really coming out off the rip and saying that I was the new singer. And we really wanted the single to be recorded and actually have a finished product before we started moving on from there. And so we kind of like posted a teaser of the song, did like a little snippet on Instagram. And we hadn't actually released like a full band photo or everything, because when I was out there and we did rehearsals in North Hollywood and stuff, after one day in rehearsals, we actually did band photos and everything. And that was like a huge thing for us. We were just like, well, are we gonna release the photos now? And we just kind of thought it was cool just to wait until the song came out and you know, let the song speak for itself. I mean, because my mentality coming into this was, I didn't want people to kind of really think, man, well, who's that guy? Like, oh, is he going to be able to hold this weight or whatever? I wanted people to hear the song and be like, damn, who's that guy? Like, of just being able to at least have a reference point for people to hearing that, you know, I'm just some random kid from the Midwest, but I think for what we have right now as a group and all of us as members, man, I mean, it clicks so well. And I genuinely do feel that way. Like,
well, it shows the new single that you're talking about, Nicotine. It's excellent. You can check it out. I posted it on the Shroom blog. I also have to ask you whether or not you guys are going to be re-recording the singles that were already released, All Black and Long Awaited, both of which I also loved.
Yes. That was an interesting topic point that I had talked with the guys, because like I said, I didn't really fully know what to expect. I guess just going out there, my initial thing was just wanting to meet everybody. And I think I do have the firm belief that whether we're all talented or not, when it comes down to jamming and it comes down to being a band, we kind of all got to be able to at least get along and not want to strangle each other's necks. And, you know, it clicked really well off the rip. And I think one day at rehearsal, we had talked about that a little bit, because the simplicity is that it's those were, you know, Nico and his dad had written the guitar and the music part for Long Awaited. And Noah just put the vocals together and everything for it. And we're hoping maybe that we'll probably end up keeping Long Awaited. We're still in the debate for doing the All Black song, but I almost don't want to throw Long Awaited out, because that was a single, especially for Suspect, of really growing a lot of attention. And it appears to be a song like a lot of people really like, which I like myself. I mean, I think it's a kick-ass song, you know?
Sure. If I could toss my 2 cents in there. Yes. I like that one a lot as well. It's the first thing I heard from Suspect208's. I love everything about it. So
it's got an interesting feel to it.
You can pull that off. I mean, your vocals, obviously, from what I've heard from Nicotine, I mean, dude, you got this. They've made a wise choice in picking you. Now, obviously, people know that the band features, you know, the kids of, you know, Slash and Robert Trujillo of Metallica. But what about Nico? What can you tell us about Nico, who's the guitarist?
So I can tell you, Nico, he's a younger kid as well, 18. He is one of the most talented guitarists that I've ever personally worked with. But he also plays in a band out there in LA called Classless Act. And they did a lot of really big opening shows out there for a while. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Slash was touring for a while and they were opening up for Slash. And So he's pretty active in classless act as well, but it's really cool to see that he had this drive and initiative to want to do something outside of the classless act scene. And that's kind of where Suspect fell into the category. And we just, I don't know, it feels like there's not really any boundaries when it comes to creating the music that we want to do. When Nico actually wrote Nicotine. And so when I got there to rehearsal, we had one of the rehearsal rooms booked in North Hollywood for, I think, 4 hours on Tuesday. And so me personally, I mean, I do a lot of lyrics and I do a lot of writing, but I was like, yes, we got to have 4 hours of stuff that we're working on and try to be, productive. And so within 5 minutes of getting there, Nico showed me the song Nicotine, a rough scratch track that he had recorded for it. And just instantly, when I had heard the song and he played it for me, I was like, dude, this chorus is incredibly catchy. It's got a really driving rock and roll, just the overall drive of the song is just like kicking and kissing. And so he kind of looks at me and he's like, well, this is the song that we're working on right now. Do you think you could get down on that a little bit? And so instantly within 5 minutes of being at rehearsal, we just start rolling through it. And we're all looking at each other. I was like, dude, we're on to something right here, dude. I was like, this sounds really freaking good, man. Like, man. And so it just started taking off. And I think that within literally 5 minutes of meeting each other and rehearsing, the energy was there. I mean, I almost wanted to tell these guys, I didn't tell them directly, but I wanted to have this mentality and at least show them that I'm not just going to fly out to LA and waste your time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to kind of screw around and be like, oh, we'll jam or do whatever. I think we're kind of all having our nose to the grindstone on this one. And I think that song really speaks for itself with it. It's almost like a statement song a little bit. When can we expect the new album from Suspect208? You got a release date yet? Yeah. So what we're kind of taking it one day at a time right now. This single, which this was all just within 1 week. We had got Nicotine done and we had rehearsed it. And then Friday we went to go record. And we were in the studio for like 9 to 10 hours that day, just going through Nicotine and making sure everything was balanced out and sounding the way that, we wanted it to. But outside of Nicotine, the only thing I can say this is we at least have 2 more singles that we're ready to work on when I get back out there. One is almost completely written, finished. I contributed to a lot of the lyrics on that one. And then we also have another single that we're going to try to put together. So the topic is there and the idea is there. If I think we're kind of all on board with if these singles start taking off and we're getting a good response, which so far it has been. That's the ultimate goal. We want to get an EP out there and we want to show people that we don't just have the sing. We have a category of songs that we think people will really dig, man. Can you tell us, Cody, who is producing Suspect208's album? Yeah. So when I went out there, we'd gone to the rehearsal rooms and everything, but when it came down to recording Nicotine on Friday, our guitarist Nico at his house, actually, he has a studio. It's called Studio Blue. And so him and his dad, Chris, actually operate this studio and they do all the mixing and mastering. And so it was really cool to see the convenience of that, man. Like that we didn't have to go somewhere or go out of our way to find a cool studio to work at. It was just like, it was right there at home. And, all the top of the line equipment, and it's a really comfortable setting, when you're around all the people that and his dad's a huge help with that too, of operating the studio and helping us mix and master and get everything sounding good, man. It was really freaking cool. Well, and I got to ask you, obviously, are you looking forward to, or have you already met Slash or Robert? Did they hop into the studio, and do they give their input on the music, or do they just kind of stay out of it? It's really interesting because I was like, I got like my parents and, a lot of my friends and people from home asking me like, yo, dude, did you meet Slash? And, did you meet Robert and stuff? I didn't meet Slash. It's right now he's got a lot of solo stuff going on and he's got his own music career going on. So, as much as I really do look forward to that day, I didn't get to meet him. He's really busy and active with his own music as well. But from what I hear, or at least from what it kind of seems like, is they will make some appearances to some live shows, and Slash and Robert with Tye, being in the band, they're extremely supportive of everything that we're doing right now, and I think they really dig the songs as well, from what I hear. I got my Slash autograph poster back there, one of my prized possessions. Dude, that's so sick, man. Hell yeah, dude. One final question for you, Cody. Now that the world knows who Cody Houston is, what is the first rock star thing that you want to do, man? Just something to check off that bucket list. Dude, I'm telling you what, man, it's for me, it's starting to have the realization of, like, from what I'm used to here locally of playing bars and smaller venues and stuff, of that I really hope that this kind of COVID stuff starts wiping away here and starts declining here this year, because I think all of us are on the same page, is that we love the way the record sounds. We love the way Nicotine turned out. We have this energy, and that's my biggest thing that I'm looking forward to right now, is being able to take that on stage and really show people the stage presence that we all have, man. Like, because we all have the energy. I think we all have the stage presence, and that we're just really excited to show people that, you know, we can sound good on the record too, but we also want to make it a point, you know, that we can kick some butt live too, and really blow people's minds, man.
Suspect208's new singer, Cody Houston, checking in from are you checking in from, are you out in LA, or are you here in the tri-state?
I'm actually back here at home right now. I'm going to wait a few weeks till I get back out there. If I'm not mistaken, our guitarist Nico is on a trip right now. So I got a couple weeks here to kind of settle in at home and figure some stuff out. But the ultimate goal is getting back out there and immediately getting back to the grindstone with these guys. So right now I'm actually at my house over here in Blue Ash right now. So nice, I'm here in the tri-state, man.
Not too far. I live in Westchester, man. I'm hanging out in my home studio right now talking to you. Well,
yes, sir.
Cody, please stay in touch with me. Contact me anytime you want to, you know, pump something up about the band. Obviously, I'll probably already be on it anyhow, man, because I'm a huge fan of everything I've heard so far from Suspect208's. Love the new song, Nicotine. Make sure you guys check that out. I posted it up on the Shroom blog. And once again, Cody, congratulations to you, man.
Hey, thank you, man. It was so awesome to talk to you, man. And just I gotta just get that out there and tell you, man, you know, I've been listening to WABN for a long time, and yeah, it's just kind of cool to see that growing up in my childhood, and it's surreal being able to talk to you right now, man. So that's freaking awesome, dude.
Likewise. Thank you very much, Cody. Take care, man, and congrats.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, man.